Welcome to another episode of spooky shit on the internet. And when I first saw the video titled Skinwalkers, I didn't know what the fuck it meant. But then I looked it up and my bafflement continued. So with that, let's delve deep into the problem of having skinwalkers around. If you scroll through this video trying to find the skinwalker, you might not see him at first glance, because as the name implies, as the mythology implies, he is hidden in plain sight and he does use manipulative magic, because the only skinwalkers here are the actual people filming this content. Get ready for some terrifying shit. Chapter 1. The Service Economy.
We even said it too. We were like, we're gonna get here and they're not gonna have a van.
My god, they might not have a van. Can you imagine the horror which he must be going through? They might not have a van ready.
We even said it too. We were like, we're gonna get here and they're not gonna have a van. Exactly what happened this.
They reserved the van. They were going to get it. Everything looked like it could have a happy ending. But
show us this Dodge Journey, which is a beautiful car. However, it lacks the trunk space that we need for this trip. So
no trunk space! You yourself might one day rent a van and find out there's no luggage space. And we're introduced to an interesting character here named Seth. And let's get to know Seth a little bit better. Chapter 2. Abusing tragedies for clout. Is this inappropriate? Definitely.
I'm Seth. I make YouTube videos about exploring abandoned and haunted places all over the world.
Guys, might have gotten it.
Did you hear that?
What was there was a little girl. What was that?
When I was a kid, my parents told me that I was related to Lizzie Borden.
Lizzie's father had been struck in the face 10 times. Her stepmother hit from behind 19 times.
The creepiest place in all of New England.
It clicked for me like, okay, last name. And then they told me that she's like my 5th cousin. Went through the whole family tree. Then people started asking me about it as a kid at school. I would get into classes with teachers and they'd be like, oh, Mr. Borden, like.
And here's Seth, or whatever the fuck his name is, ask the important question. Can I use the fact that I'm related to an actual tragedy and probably a violent murder for clout? And the answer is apparently yes. It seems that we're entering a new era as a society. An era of nepo babies. And there's nothing new about nepo babies per se, but have we always had mass murderer, or at least murderer nepo baby complexes? Apparently, we do now. What the fuck kind of an idea is to use a tragedy in your family for clout? This is a new kind of level of nepo babies, and I personally will not stand for it. Viewer discretion is advised. This shit is really, really crappy AI.
Get from them to build the dam, there was a big battle, and they burned women and children alive. And Chief Dragon Canoe put a curse on the land, saying it would be dark and bloody.
No!
And never profitable. And they started construction in 1905.
I mean, what's funny about it?
They didn't move any burials. They just kind of built right on it.
Oh no.
So that was the start of it.
Oh no.
Start of it.
Let me understand this, because maybe it's me, I'm a little fucked up, maybe. Tell me what's funny.
They are the skinwalkers.
You mentioned they had plans to power this entire area. How were they gonna do that?
There was a big coal plant out front, and then they had the hydro dam, so that had never been done anywhere in America. It was a very big deal to have 2 power sources in that time of our country. It powered the whole area, and nobody had ever seen anything like it.
Sustainable and fossil power next to each other? This is scary.
Nobody had ever seen anything like it.
No! Jesus Christ!
No!
Stop doing that to the Indians. For fuck's sake. This is really the first horrific thing that I've seen here so far. Chapter 3. Searching for love.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get some noises to go off, maybe pinpoint the location of where some spirits are lurking and where the activity's gonna be as far as this first big room. Let's see what we can get. If there's any spirits out here, anyone at all, if you can hear my voice.
A totally natural thing to do in the middle of the night is to stand in the middle of an abandoned power generating facility, apparently, or in the middle of an abandoned power plant, and shout into the darkness, hoping for someone to answer you. Is this what you're supposed to do? Are you just supposed to get into an old power plant and shout into the dark? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. And my question is this part of the male loneliness epidemic?
That's right, folks. The men are not okay. The men have no friends, no girlfriend, no college education, no money, are breaking their legs and inserting metal rods into their bones to be a few inches taller, and listening to AI Batman help them overcome their pornography addictions.
You deserve real love.
Anyone at all, if you can hear my voice, I'm out here to try to communicate with you and learn your story. My name is Seth. If you want to communicate with me, can you give me a sign? Maybe make a noise, use your voice, whatever you can to let me know that you're here.
Apparently, there's a doctor named Dr. Taylor.
Dr. Taylor was one of the founding doctors of the hospital. He passed away in '94, and he was known to walk around smoking a pipe. If you start smelling something, it smells like kind of maple syrup at first, just turn on your flashlight. Usually there's a smoke that will follow around the flashlight as you move it around.
You smelled it?
I've smelled it. I've walked in a room and I've smelled it, turned on my light, and it's right there.
Wow.
Ronnie saw it.
Let's just entertain the possibility of an actual doctor still being in the hospital, just smoking his pipe, having to deal with all these little pricks running around with their flashlights, peeing their pants just when he lights up a pipe. Are you for real?
I'm so scared! Look, it's got you too! Are you getting this? Make sure the camera is getting this. Definitely some paranormal activity. It's warm and moist.
Dr. Taylor, are you here with us right now? If you are, give us a sign and we'll go to you and we'll have a talk.
Now, I don't really think there is a ghost of Dr. Taylor wandering the halls, but if there is, run, dude! Do not trust Josh. Do not go onto his video. He will capture your soul, your essence, monetize it, and then turn you into AI, much the same way that whoever edited this video did with the Cherokees.
You tell me you did not hear that thump. That was in there. Was that you, Dr. Taylor? I heard a thump and a noise over here.
The Thump Detective has arrived. Yes, he heard a thump, and he's got his primal instincts, and he's following his primal instincts. He knows how to survive in a ghost situation like this. Follow the thump for viewers.
Was that you, Dr. Taylor? I heard a thump and a noise over here. I heard a thump over here. Dr. Taylor, can you give me another noise so I know that you're here still?
Dr. Taylor, don't give him a noise. He's a creep. This is advice for all the undead watching my channel. If you are undead and you are watching my channel, don't forget to subscribe. But if you are undead or you find yourself undead or dead in the future, haunting a room, just being stranded on this mortal plane, enjoying existence perhaps, do not thump. Do not give them a sign. Just don't let them know you're there, because these guys will hunt you down faster than fucking Pac-Man.
Please don't judge. I pack the fudge. I chase ghosts down the halls. You never guessed. I'm obsessed with munching on the balls.
Alright, so for the viewers at home, if you see anything on this screen that I might miss, any movement, look and search, screenshot it, and tell us below in the comments, and also tell us on our Instagram and Twitters.
Yes, because nothing says dedicated content making like not having the time to look through your own footage. Chapter 4. Getting tech savvy with a radio. And this is where the boys get really frisky and start setting up their equipment. Yes, their equipment. And Josh here introduces us to a really important concept.
We got the spirit box. The spirit box is my favorite tool, and a lot of people don't really like say or explain too much what.
Why is that? Why don't most people like saying and explaining what the spirit box actually does? I wonder.
This really is. It's a radio. It's gonna change different radios and.
Yeah, it is a radio. A really spooky ancient technology, which is over 100 years old, maybe 200.
Frequencies and channels over and over and over again. It's gonna skip through them.
Wow, skipping through random channels. Something only your grandpa can do with a remote.
And when it skips through them, what's gonna happen is, if anyone is around me and it says a word or a voice, ghosts can talk apparently in a frequency that travels into these frequencies and into the radio waves.
No, it doesn't. It's a dial. A dial adjusts for different frequencies, and because it's randomly adjusting a dial and random radio stations are playing, you're gonna hear random shit.
So if you want to communicate with me, I'm gonna open up some devices and I'm gonna let you do that. Oh man, this is like so freaky, guys. You don't even know. What the f is that? Bro, tell me you guys hear that. Holy f, that pigeon scared me, but that's not what I was hearing. Holy sh, I am freaked out.
I can tell.
I started hearing a woman screaming. It sounded like she was in pain, like it sounded like she was getting killed, literally. So I walked over there. I was like, I have to figure out what that is. Oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. I gotta come back here because I think this is actually where I'm hearing stuff. Dude, where the f? Guys, I'm hearing like this crazy wailing noise, and I can't even pinpoint the location of where it's coming from.
Might it be the mysterious, supernatural, the extra-dimensional fucking cat that's in the same room with you, and which you're too stupid to notice in your own footage?
Wailing noise, and I can't even pinpoint the location of where it's coming from.
I have never heard a cat make weird, unnatural sounding sounds that would go against the whole nature of cats, as we know.
I'll lay out some equipment. These devices will not hurt you in any way. I'm only gonna use them so that I know where you are if you choose to let me know. And if you do, I would really appreciate it. So we're gonna take this REM pod and put it over there by the stairs. This device in my hand is just gonna let me know where you are. All you have to do is walk up to it, touch it, or put your energy into it. If you just come up to it, you'll see some lights and hear some noises, and it'll just let me know that you're around me. I'm also gonna place the music box, which is basically just a motion detector. It'll light up, play a sound.
It'll light up and play a creepy sound.
Let's see if that will go off. I'm gonna put that over here behind the camera. One thing that's really difficult already about doing this by yourself, you don't have anybody to help you set up your equipment. You have to really set up everything by yourself, and you gotta ask questions all by yourself. It's definitely gonna be a challenge, and it might take me a lot longer than what I thought it would.
This is a critical part of filming a ghost hunting video, and it can be extremely difficult to film these by yourself. You gotta set up your equipment by yourself. While you're setting it up, you start asking questions. Am I really sane? Is it the best idea to use a tragic death of my relative for clout? Should I be doing this? Am I actively disrespecting the dead? Should I apologize to the Cherokees for what I've done to them with AI? Am I really morally justified in doing what I'm doing right now? Am I going to be insulting the dead today? Do I feel okay with my life choices? So these are the scary emotions that a influencer usually goes through during a ghost hunting video. Don't forget the prompt off with prompt off, and promptly subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time with another spooky or just downright terrifying episode.